This is a mimosa tree. It's one of the most beautiful trees in my opinion. And it has these flowers that grow on the tree. I'll bring you close up here. This is a mimosa flower. And they're pink. They honestly, to me, they resemble like a cotton candy kind of flower.
Mimosa trees are super invasive, and the reason we see them all over here in North Carolina is because if you plant one mimosa tree, you very quickly will have hundreds around it. And they actually discourage people from planting these trees because they're so invasive. So first of all, we are not telling you to go plant a mimosa tree. What we are telling you is to look around and you'll probably find one near you. So one thing you should always, always, always keep in mind if you're out foraging for something like this is you need to know where you're getting your herb or where you're foraging at. We are actually in our neighborhood, so we're very aware of what is sprayed right through here. These are the trails that we walk every single day. But I would not encourage you to go pull mimosa flowers off a tree on the side of the interstate. Anywhere where things might be sprayed, where there's exhaust fumes, because then when you go use the mimosa flower, you're also going to be using all the toxins on it. So you want to make sure you're gathering them from a clean, safe place. Also, because mimosa is so invasive, take all the flowers you want. You don't have to worry about it. The part of the tree that we want to harvest are the flowers, and you can also do some things with the inner bark. But today we're just going to work with the flowers, the easiest thing to harvest. So Walker is filling our basket over there. I'm going to go help him. We'll take this home and we'll tell you all about how you can use this pretty and really happy little tree for all kinds of medicinal purposes.
So as you can see as I'm picking these, I'm only going for these bright pink fluffy flowers. I'm trying to avoid these here that they're starting to die. They've got some age on them. As far as for what we're doing, they're all pretty, even the ones that are dying. But as far as for what we're doing, we're gonna aim for the bright pink fluffy ones. They're a little bit stronger for the use that we're gonna be using that we're gonna teach you guys about. Awesome transition out there, guys. All right, so I want to tell you guys a little story. I'm gonna kick it off by saying this. So I myself, I work full-time here in the herb shop. Best boss in the world right here, guys. Completely blessed to be able to do so.
That's sweet.
But here's the thing, guys. I have learned over the past, few weeks working full-time, but really over the past like 6 to 8 years, with mom really being into herbs full-time. I mean, my whole life she's been into herbs, but really full-time, I'm gonna say last 8 to 10 years. And I have learned that there are countless benefits and ways that you can use herbs to help with really anything that you would ever need. I mean, the Lord's gonna provide you with what you need, and I'm a strong believer that your land is gonna provide you with what you need.
That's right.
For instance, these mimosas grow right here to our right over on the side of our driveway. So it's fantastic. Hey, wait, we interrupt this lesson with a huge sale that we've got to tell you about.
That's right. Just this week, to celebrate the 4th of July, all of the teas and single herbs in our tea shop are 10% off.
All of them?
All of them.
Oh!
With the code America250. So run to herbswithgrace.com and you can grab some of these hand-mixed teas from me and Walker that we make in our home apothecary for 10% off this week.
America 250. But a little bit of a story here. I use a lot of herbs for a lot of things, and I have recently learned that the mimosa, this little pretty flower here, is great for mental health. So something that I've recently experienced, we were at the beach not long ago on a little family getaway, and for the first, I'm gonna say 2 to 3, 4 days, I had just a little bit of a mental health flare up, and it wasn't that I was super angry or depressed or anything like that. I don't really know how to explain it perfectly. It was more just, I was kind of in a funk. That's the best way I can explain it.
A little dysregulated.
A little dysregulated, and I didn't feel like myself. It wasn't that I was mad, but I didn't have the energy to put on a big smile for everybody. And I mean, I was having a great time at the beach. I wasn't myself. And I mean, I prayed about it, I talked to the Lord about it and all these things. Well, the Lord doesn't always provide the solution himself. Sometimes he will send someone else to provide the solution, and he sent me my mother. So exactly what happened is we are walking out of a restaurant, and it's the whole family, and me and mom are walking in the back, and we're talking to each other a little bit. And I told her exactly what I just told you guys. I just didn't feel like myself. And she simply stops walking, and she says, "Do you trust me?" And I said, "I'm scared, but yes."
They hate when I say that.
And she just stops, and there happened to be a mimosa tree by the way of the Lord directly beside us.
We were walking right by it.
And she just pulled it off, and she said, "Eat this." And I just kind of looked at it, and I was like, all right. So I ate one, and she ate it with me.
Here, let's do it right now.
Let's eat one.
Get you a mimosa flower and eat one with us today.
We're not crazy, guys. Trust. All right?
Cheers.
Cheers. Stem and all. So at first you get a sweet taste. It kind of tastes like you're eating hair because of the texture, but it's not bad.
It's not bad.
But it does lead into a bitter taste, so just be aware of that for your sensory issue, folks. I myself am like that.
The bitterness is part of the medicinal part though, because that's doing something for you.
So it activates your taste buds a little more. It makes you think about it. But what this does, I ate this flower, and I'm gonna say not even 5 minutes later, just now after eating it, I'm already feeling a difference. But literally not even a minute to 5 minutes later, I instantly felt almost 100% better. I mean, easily 85% better. And so for the rest of the vacation, I ate 3 flowers every day.
He kept going to find that tree.
And to this day, I eat a flower a day. We've got a little tincture in the house made out of this, and I take it just about every day. And I have some mental health flare-ups from time to time, but this really minimizes, not necessarily the pain, but just the uncomfortableness of that issue.
So hold on, let's talk for a second. You say you have mental health flare-ups because a lot of times with herbalism, we talk about physical health and herbs that help with physical ailments, but herbs can be really good for emotional and mental health. For you, when you're saying I'm having a rough mental health day, typically I know that's Walker speak for I feel anxious, Mom. He tends to be anxious. And if you go back, I think it was last summer or last fall, we made a video together about our focus tea. For ADHD and for helping, just anybody with focus. And we designed that one for Walker because of ADHD, but also dyslexia. And Walker is incredible because he has dyslexia, but even though he struggles, with the letters bouncing all over as he reads.
All over.
He's still killing it helping us in the herb shop, guys, and like learning the recipes. And he's like my little herbal protege, learning all these teas and tinctures and things we make. But he gets anxious sometimes because it takes his brain a lot of effort to like read a recipe and follow it. Whereas for someone without dyslexia, that happens very easily and it creates anxiety. Or on vacation, just getting out of routine. For some of us, we're very routine people. And like for you, going on a run every day is a big part of your self-care, right?
So I'm a total athlete. I don't play sports. I'm into different things, but I've been in martial arts for about 8 years. And so I'm a total athlete.
Walker's a 2nd degree black belt. I'm going to brag on him there for a minute.
But I love to work out, if not daily, every other day, and I love to run. And so if I'm not physically active, I will get into a state to where I don't feel like myself, like I explained. But then it gets to where I don't want to be active. And it gets into my head where I'm like, no, I don't want to work out. Even though that is the solution, and I know that's the solution, I don't want to do it. That circles around a lot to our life with Christ. I mean, the Lord is our salvation. The Lord is our answer to everything. And a lot of the time we know that, and we
turn to everything else.
Everything except that.
That's
so
true.
that's just something to think about. We got a little inchworm right here. Look at this.
Oh, there is a little inchworm.
Little inchworm. His name's Fred, guys. Say
Hi,
hey to Fred. This is our herb shop mascot right here. We're gonna put him over here, let him live.
Yeah, we'll let him live in the garden.
But yeah, and so just think about that. If you two are like me, you know the answer to your solution. Sometimes you don't feel like doing it, and honestly, the best way I can explain it is just embrace it. Embrace the uncomfortableness of the situation and do what's best for you. You know, whether it's reading the word or praying or going for a run. I absolutely hate running. I hate it so much, but I'm very competitive. And some old friends of mine, they are very big into running. I mean, one of them just ran 25 miles in a day, like at one sitting. And I ain't doing that. I'll let you know real quick. I'm not doing that. But
You're
I'm
not that much of a runner.
Right. I'm one. I'll go run 3 or 4 miles, and I hate every second of it. But you know, it's a very good time to go and get your thoughts straight. I'm a pretty big overthinker, so go and just be me, myself, and my thoughts and the Lord. And so just embrace it. Find what works for you. For me, it's the mimosa, and I would love to encourage you guys to trust me a little bit and go out in the wild and eat you a flower. If you don't feel a difference within 5-10 minutes, I will be absolutely stunned. So I would love to get y'all's feedback on if it helps you, honestly.
Yeah, let us know if you've ever tried it. So let's talk for a second about why it works and why it makes you feel better. So mimosa historically is known as the tree of happiness, and it's most studied in ancient Chinese medicine. And if you research this, in Chinese medicine, they mainly relied on mimosa for emotional health, especially for grief, or I saw it explained like for knotted up emotions. So where, like, let's say you have a kind of a tricky emotion and you don't necessarily feel like you're ready to look at it. Maybe you're angry or frustrated or whatever, and so you just kind of like tuck it away for later. But then other things start piling up, and before you know it, like it's just all this big tangled mess. Chinese medicine looks at mimosa as the unknotter. It comes in and kind of like just loosens that knot so that you can untangle it. It's not that it magically just makes all sadness or grief disappear. Again, we don't believe herbs are magic, but we believe they're tools God gave us. And chemically, they're full of antioxidants, mimosa flowers. And so for some people, it gives the brain a bit of a boost. But it also depends on your brain. And this is what's interesting. So, my husband Josh has come on here and shared that he struggles with mood. And for him, Tulsi and lemon balm is the combo that helps the most. We call it Happy Josh around here.
We do, and I will also add, I have tried that, and I don't see much of a difference.
It doesn't work for Walker.
Doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work as well for me either. It's not a match for me. But mimosa works for me.
And that just goes to show you guys that not everything that we teach on this channel or in this shop, and not every product that we have is going to work for you. We don't claim that. We're not even going to tell you that it might work for you. But here's the thing. Try it.
Yeah, herbs are personal.
They're very personal.
Something will work. You just got to keep trying until you figure out like which plant.
And it's worth it. It is so worth it to try it, because if it doesn't work, I mean, you're really not losing anything. And if it does work, you're gonna gain that clarity in your mind that you haven't seen in years. And you are gonna feel completely better. And if you're into fitness, you're gonna be able to focus on your goals better. If you're into reading, you're gonna be able to focus on what you're reading better. It's all around, like as far as mental health goes, you have to take that very seriously.
And be intentional about it.
Your mental health is so important, guys. So don't overlook it. If something as simple as eating a bitter flower once a day will fix your mental health, or let me rephrase that, help with your mental health.
There you go.
Do it.
So how do we put these flowers to use other than just picking one off the tree and eating it? Because mimosa flowers only bloom for a very short period of time every year. And Walker's days of having fresh mimosa flowers to eat are coming to an end.
So sad, guys.
So how do we preserve the benefits so that we can enjoy them all year? So first you're going to go do what we've done today, and you're going to harvest as many of these as you can.
We got a bunch right here, guys.
We got a basket full.
We got a bunch of these things, man. It feels like a bunch of cotton just sitting in there. It's so soft.
It feels like a paintbrush. So you want to harvest your flowers, and then primarily we do 2 things with these. Number 1, we add them to a tea. You could make a tea using just mimosa flowers, or what I would recommend is you add it to your favorite herbal tea that you're already using for calm. Like we have a blend called Cup of Calm. That's one of my favorites. I drink that one a lot. And I would just add a mimosa flower in my Cup of Calm tea that day. You can spread these out on a thin layer of like parchment paper and just let them air dry because they're so thin. These are gonna dry like in a day or two. Or you can use them fresh, either way. So tea is the first way we use it. The second way we use it is as a tincture.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
So Walker uses the mimosa tincture when it's not in bloom. And the mimosa tincture is my preferred way of using it. And I have several videos about how to make tinctures, both the traditional tinctures that you make with alcohol or a glycerite, which is a tincture you make with no alcohol. You can do it either way. So go back and explore some of those old videos and you'll learn to make a tincture. But I prefer an alcohol tincture for mimosa flower. And I know that's going to ruffle some feathers because some of you don't like alcohol tinctures. But in the case of mimosa, it just does a much better job of pulling out the constituents. And it's so much more effective. I have literally made a mimosa glycerite and a mimosa tincture with alcohol. And the difference was night and day in the effect. One worked far better. So, you know, I will tell you that when you make tinctures with alcohol, we do not drink alcohol as a family. We don't keep alcohol in our house. Nope. We have a pretty strong boundary.
Cook with it, really.
No, like it's not anything we play around with. It's because we have seen a lot of people we love lose everything to alcohol. And alcoholism destroys families, and we love our family. So we're not going to give that any chance of happening.
To us guys, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
And I'll share my heart on that topic because I've had a lot of friends, like she said, lose a lot of things to alcohol. Lose their family members, lose their life, lose their job. And at the end of the day, most people, not all people, but most people turn to alcohol as a way to get your mind off something, numb the pain. And I'm just going to tell you, that is not the answer. That is a delay. You are delaying the inevitable. The solution is Scripture.
Yeah.
And it may not be instant. It might not. You might feel it quicker drinking something, but you know what? That is not fixing the problem.
Yeah.
It is delaying it.
That's a good.
If you want to fix the problem, read.
That's good advice.
Talk to the Father. Good things are worth the wait. Just delay. Delayed gratification. Something that her and my father have told me my whole life. It's going to take a longer time, but then at the end of the day, it's going to be done.
That's right. So it's important to understand that the amount of alcohol that you're using when you take a tincture is much different than if you were drinking alcohol like as a beverage. A dose of a tincture is typically 5 to 15 mLs. We're talking a teaspoon to a tablespoon at the most.
Yeah, if that.
If that. So now, if you are in recovery from alcoholism, do a mimosa tea. Don't mess with alcohol tinctures if you personally have struggled with alcoholism in the past, or if you have a family history of it and you just are nervous. That's okay. Drink a tea. You might have to drink 5 cups of tea to equal 1 dose of the tincture, though.
That's okay.
That's okay.
It's like you said, herbs are completely personal.
Yes.
They're different for everybody. Do what works for you. Do what you're comfortable with.
That's right. So for our family, we do use those tinctures for certain herbs and at certain times because we know they work the best, but we don't always use them. You know, for herbs, for other things, we'll use like a vinegar extraction where we put it in vinegar, or a honey extraction. So lots of ways to use herbs, and of course we're going to be teaching you more about that as time goes on. But we want you to know about the tree of happiness because it's in bloom right now, and if you go look around, you can probably harvest some fun little flowers and you'll have your own mimosa tea.
And something too, guys, this is just something, a quick tip. If you run into what you think might be a mimosa tree, but you're not 100% sure, most smartphones these days, pull out your camera and you take a picture of the plant, the flower, the leaf, sometimes even the bark on the tree. Click on the picture and scroll down, and it says on there, find the plant or something along those lines.
If you have an iPhone, it looks like a little leaf symbol.
And it will tell you not only the plant, but you can tap it and get into research on the medicinal values and everything on it. Like, We're just here to introduce you to it, but
That's right.
the internet is your world to explore. Go learn everything you can. You can probably teach us some stuff about it.
Yeah, get in the comments and tell us what you know about mimosa, because truthfully, this is only the third year that we've ever worked with this one. So it's not, one we've been using for a very long time, and we'd love to learn from you too if you know some things about it.
Absolutely.
So the big idea, as always, is that God provides everything we need for health and healing. And just like right at the moment we were on vacation and Walker's kind of bearing his soul to me about what he's feeling, and we look, and right there sat a mimosa tree. God always provides what we need.
It was crazy, guys. It really was. I mean, just look around, take a picture, figure out what herbs you have around you. For all you know, it could be the answer to a life-threatening sickness or illness that you or someone you know might have. Or it could be something as simple as, I have a headache and this is going to solve that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, that's so true. So keep learning, keep using herbs, and come back next week for another lesson on herbs that heal. God bless you until next time.